Hi there, it's Sam from the Baptist Union of Scotland. Welcome to our video.
Hello, Sam also here from the Baptist Union of Scotland. We'd love to tell you about a new thing we're going to do. Over to you, Ali.
Yeah, and it's me, Ali. What we're going to do is we enjoy the delights of Zoom and having conversations where we're all locked up. And over the coming weeks, we're going to just record a few chats with people from our family of churches from all over Scotland. So we're going to have short chats and we're going to post them regularly. We'll work it out as we go. We're going to find it out. It's going to be a bit of fun. There might be a few people invade the conversations as we go on. And yeah, hopefully enjoy them. Let us know.
You're cheating.
That. Great.
That.
You do that. You do that. You do that. You do that. You do that. The nose.
Oh,
Your hands.
Wait,
Pat's
wait,
got
your
it. Pat's
hands.
got it.
This is annoying.
so you need it.
That.
Cross.
The key is where you put your fingers here.
Yeah.
That.
Sort it out, Eilidh.
That.
Right, well done. Okay.
That. Yes.
Right, guys, thanks for coming in.
Bye, see you later.
Bye.
I'm going to do a wee intro bit here, right? So, welcome to a bunch of...
Wait, this is getting recorded.
Yeah, it's been recorded now.
Guys.
I don't give you permission to record.
1 second.
You're just getting your right angle.
Right, well.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at the state of this. That's not going to...
Oh,
Right.
I know. I've not put my face
Here we
on
go.
yet. Oh, this is...
So, welcome to our first of many chats, and we're dropping in today on Kirkintilloch.
Hey!
Are we dropping in Kirky and Lindsay, or just Kirkintilloch?
I'm actually in Torrance. at the
Lindsay?
moment, so-
Torrance, Lindsay, no?
I'm in Kirkintilloch, yeah.
Kirky.
No Lindsay.
Fella.
Oh, brilliant, Kirky. Thanks, guys. I wonder, could you guys just say who you are? Go round in a circle. Eilidh, off.
Hi everyone, I'm Eilidh Best. I am the youth and children's worker at Kirkintilloch Baptist. Woo.
Who else do we have?
Oh, I'm Pat, and I'm their youth office intern for the year.
Woo!
Woo!
And I'm Mark. I'm the youth minister there as well.
Guys, thanks for joining us. We're going to have a bit of a chat. So normally we don't have time to do Skype calls, or when we do, we have to email 2 weeks in advance and then block a slot, and then we do this. So thanks for being quite easy to get a hold of. Normally you're doing something else just now. What are you normally doing on a Monday afternoon at this kind of time?
We've just come back from SU, and Pat, you do SU on a Monday, right? Oh, on a
I
Friday.
do it on a Friday, yeah.
Yeah, but Mark and I would have just come back from SU at Lindsay Academy.
Lindsay Academy? Oh, a fine educational establishment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do they got some quality techie teachers?
Yeah, they used to.
Aye.
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mike.
yeah. No, just that. And then nap time.
And then that,
Yeah.
you're getting on a bit.
We've got a wee bedroom in the office. He just has a wee nap.
I actually kind of believe that that's quite possible. Brilliant. Okay, so that's what you would normally be doing. But what are you currently? So, like, normally you would do during the week youth clubs, I'm guessing, schools groups, prepare for Sunday groups, prepare for camps and things like that. That's during the week, the kind of stuff that you're doing. Life groups, I guess, as well, or home groups, or whatever, small groups. But what are you actually doing for this week coming up then? What's the guys at Kirky, what are you all up to?
I think most of the stuff in the last week has been. Oh.
No, you're right, Gail. Go ahead.
Did you put your hand up?
No.
Sorry.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep speaking. Most of the stuff the last week has kind of been putting stuff online, and that has been a bit of quite a big job. Pat and I have been trying to push social media stuff, so that has been what we have been doing. And this week, I guess, we're trying to work on that, our Instagram and Facebook kind of thing as well. Mark's got some other responsibilities as well, so he's been
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm now a YouTuber.
A daily vlogger.
Yeah, you might have seen my channel, Five's Life Live. I'm just taking this quite seriously. It's just short videos, just about my life.
In the show notes, Mark, point folk to that. Is that a genuine thing, or are you just?
It's actually I've decided to make silly wee videos.
Is that when you were doing something with an Irish accent at one point?
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm going to find that channel, and when we put this out, I'm going to put the link underneath in the wee.
Yeah, do that because we need to laugh at this time.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was going to ask my next question on my carefully crafted crib notes was, what is something fun that you guys have been up to, or what fun have you been having? Is Mark's, and I'm going to ask this to Eilidh and Pat, are Mark's videos funny?
Actually, they are, like, I've enjoyed, like, looking on my feed every day on Facebook, and yeah, it's been a good laugh. Yeah.
As the Rob Brighton, love him. They love him.
Yeah. It's got terrible jokes, so.
Mark, you don't mind, we'll put that out. We'll just point folk to it, so folk want to find more about your life and just what you get up to as a YouTube influencer.
Yeah, that's key. I've got at least one follower.
Good.
Sorry, I didn't answer you earlier properly.
You've gone viral. You might get double figures by the end of this podcast, okay, or broadcast, or whatever this is. Cool. Okay, so apart from that, though, what is something creative as a church? What have you guys been getting up to that's quite creative? How are you creating to solve the problem that is not being together?
Just something that we'll be working on this week. We're supposed to be in Kirky High doing assemblies this week, and we're going to actually do a assembly and pop it on their YouTube channel. We've got the go ahead to do that, so that's something that we're working towards, or just starting towards.
Seriously, are you doing a school assembly on YouTube for?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So we've got a brilliant key worker. No, that's a different. We've got a.
They've got childcare.
A link teacher that is really on board with what we're doing in the school, and he's oversees their YouTube page, so we're just going to link in with that. So that's one of the things.
Excellent. And what have been some of the challenges the church has faced? I mean, that's you guys all kind of work at the younger side of things, so maybe challenges that young folk or families are choosing. But is there specific challenges that you're seeing in Kirky, just with the whole area, just the whole coronavirus stuff that's going on?
What do you mean, Ali? Sort of expanding that?
Well, just within the life of the church, you've seen challenges. I know you guys are pretty active in the community. You've got a really high street presence, and there's always stuff going. So you're on the ground. Are you seeing any particular challenges with young people to do with exams and not having them, or families stressing about taking after kids, or even some of the food poverty stuff to stand against injustices? I'm just wondering, in the town, are you as a church seeing any of that kind of stuff? And
yeah, well, we've got
towards that.
Obviously, like most churches will have young people who are facing that uncertainty of what's next, particularly those who were in 5th and 6th year and thinking about leaving school and unsure about exams and how that's all going to pan out. So part of the challenge is, how do we support them? And we have been using, like a lot of churches have, just video conferencing calls just to try and encourage them and allow them to encourage each other through that.
Yeah.
With wider challenges, the food bank is one of the services of the church that needs to keep running through this, and so we're just working out how do we do that safely to protect our volunteers as best we can, but also to keep providing that service for the community. And
I know from my own food bank, my town, one of the challenges is the volunteers all can be closing in on 70 or over 70. Is that a similar issue you're facing there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. A chance to serve maybe for some younger folk.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
well, I think we're having to be careful there as to who we ask to be involved, because we don't want to put extra people at risk. So it's almost having a skeleton, skeletons, like a small amount of the people volunteering to help, not skeletons.
Risk managing it.
Yeah.
We need to pray for you guys in that one.
Yeah, please do.
That'd be great. Listen, and we'd love to. I mean, I don't know who's going to watch this. Nobody can watch it. It could just be us. And I really appreciate you giving me 15 minutes of your time if that is what happens. But if you could say something encouragement, or you'd like to have a sense what the Lord might be saying, or is there anything you'd like to say just to some of the other groups and similar sisters and brothers in churches like ours around the nation just now, what kind of stuff would you like to say?
I think something that sort of struck me yesterday, and I keep saying it over and over again because I think it's amazing, and it's actually really simple and not that great, but that God, none of this is a surprise to God. And I think we get stuck in such a mentality that is, God is actually unsettled by this as well, and he's not, and he is so strong and unchanging throughout this whole thing, and it's us that are changing and having to adapt. But I think it's such a reassurance to know that God has planned this since the beginning of time, and he knows exactly what is going to happen coming at the end of it as well. So that's been an encouragement to me, and I hope to others as well.
Thanks, Ian.
But you, Pat?
I'd say it's just the community. Like, ever since the coronavirus outbreak happened in the UK, and we've had to lock down and cancel all of our church services, there's just so many encouraging messages coming through the phone, on social media platforms. Everyone's just wanting to band together and really show the united spirit of the church. Even though we're separated by screens, we're no less a church. You know, even though our building's been taken away, we still congregate, we still worship, and we still pray for each other. Maybe like even more, it's actually spurred up something within all of us to get together, even though we can't physically meet together. And that's been really encouraging to see, and or like, not to see, but to just read about, because in our church services we do we get text messages from all of our congregation and after the service, and just hearing what people have to say has been so encouraging, and knowing that you're not the only one at home watching it has been amazing as well. Like, yeah,
absolutely.
And I think there's a few things that I've been challenged by recently, and one of them I think is it's been great that there's so much creativity going on just with the churches, just and just trying to address how do we rethink how we function as a church family, how do we connect as a church family, how do we serve our communities. One thing though that I feel like is a challenge through all this is how do we rest, and I feel like God has been saying, like, be still and know that I'm God. Through this we can easily jump into busyness, and we can jump into like, okay, well, I can't do that, but I'm just going to be equally as busy, if not more busy, online, and trying to show my presence into the internet, you know, and we can fill our diary with other things. But I believe that God will be wanting us at this time to make sure we are carving out time to rest in him. And now is a really good time to be stripping away from that, like taking a step away from all that busyness, to actually think, right, where is God wanting me to invest, rather than just jumping into all the demands that we're getting through emails or through messages. But actually being, right, God, what are you wanting me to be investing in at this time, and how can I be serving you, and how can I be refreshed? Because youth workers, we need refreshed at times, and perhaps we're forced to do so. A wee verse, because it's good to add the Bible in.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Totally.
Can I just clarify for all those millions of people now watching online when this goes live? Reading the Bible is really important. Actually applying it to life, as important, if not more important.
Oh.
what he says.
Preach.
1 Peter 5:7. Give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. Just a wee simple message.